Stepkids are going to leave me out in the cold. If you are on your second or third marriage and you have kids from a previous relationship, or your spouse has kids from a previous relationship, you've heard me say over and over again how important it is to have an estate plan in place. Because if you don't, and you think that just because you're married, your spouse gets everything, in a lot of states, your estate will get distributed between your current spouse and your children. And that may not be what you wanted, because especially what we see is people who have a house prior to getting married. Let's say the wife had a house prior to getting married. She gets married. The house stays in her name. They never change it to her and her husband's name, okay? And then the wife passes away. The husband and wife think that the house is just going to go to the husband because he's married, and that is not the case. That house is going to get divided equally, or sometimes based on percentages, between the husband who she was married to at death and her children from previous relationships. Now, the husband will usually continue to have a life estate in the house. In other words, he can live there for the rest of his life, but the kids will have ownership of that house. Their names will actually be on the deed. And this can create a lot of problems when it comes to insurance, taxes, keeping up on the maintenance of the house. Who pays this if those kids also own a portion of the house? So get an estate plan and say that your spouse gets the house, or maybe your spouse gets complete 100% title to the house, but once your spouse passes away, it goes to your children. There's a lot of different things you could do. Talk to an estate planning attorney. Don't leave your spouse out in the cold or worried that your kids are going to try to evict him or her from the house.